The Wright brothers started in a garage. Amazon started in a garage. Hewlett-Packard and Disney both started in garages. Mattel started in a garage. The Ramones started in a garage. My point? You never know what kind of greatness can come out of an American garage.
Oh, I gotta go. Yeah, my show's on Live 98. Yeah, it's that show I've been telling you about in Exeter on Channel 98, Comcast 98. Yeah, it's on every Tuesday and Thursday at noon. They rebroadcast it at 7 and midnight. But if you want to see it live now, yeah, go to, if you don't live in Exeter, just go to ustream.tv and search for Access TV 98. Yeah, you can see the show live anywhere in the world now. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, and you can call them 583-5398 or anywhere in the country 603-583-5398. We're waiting for that first caller from California or maybe New York. Might get a call from White Plains or you never know, Lebanon, Maine. Okay, yeah, I'll talk to you later. Gonna watch it now. Bye-bye. Oh, darn. So the deal is I got to transition from lying on the couch to sitting up, and I'm not supposed to put my phone in my pocket, but I forgot and I put it in my pocket. Well, here we are again. And I have a cramp in my toe. Here we are at Exeter High School in the public access TV studio and the educational TV studio. We share a studio here in Exeter, New Hampshire at 1 Blue Hawk Drive, Exeter High School. This program is called Live 98, the Exeter Zone. And we talk to you about public access television in Exeter, about how you can get involved. We have people creating programs we're going to show you upcoming soon. We have coming up Sundays at 10 a.m. a program by Ed Doris of Good Karma Cafe called You Are Amazing. We recorded his second show yesterday. And we're going to do a little preparation, little press, and then we'll come out with his show. It will be Sundays at 10 a.m. We have another show we're working on called Poetry with Matt. Matt will be in tomorrow to record his second episode. Same with that. We're working on it, editing it. The beauty of this show is it's live, no editing, we just wing it. So I did want to say, though, this coffee pot reminded me of one thing. I'm starting to get a handle on what I'm doing here, and that's why the coffee pot reminded me of this show, and also I'm starting to get in my element. Okay, so, and I did look up on the web the invention of the first handle. Think about it. First handle, when was it invented? Well, all they had was the first invention of the door handle, late 1800s. So what? Anyway, where's my sheet? There it is. So we create public access television for the town of Exeter here. We want you to get involved. You're welcome to email us at live98, the number 98TEZ @gmail.com. and or call us at 603-583-5398 and we'll answer your questions. So I was basically going to tell you, keep you up to date on what's going on. We are on episode 11 here. So I've actually done this 11 times. The first episode, very interesting. 9th episode, much better. 10th episode, fairly tired after a day of shoveling, a few technical glitches. Episode 11. Yes, we have new software, Adobe Photoshop to use in the studio and Adobe Premiere Elements for video editing. We have a program called videoblocks.com where we subscribe and we have audio, which we are adding to the beginning and the end of the show. We were using audio that was not authorized by YouTube to upload to, which leads me to wanting to move over to the desk and tell you about the channel we have on YouTube. So not only can you watch this live at noon Tuesdays and Thursdays, because a lot of people can't watch it live. We rebroadcast it 7 p.m. and midnight, and then we upload all the programs to a YouTube channel called Live 98, spelled out LiveNetyEIGHT. Lots of E's and I's. So I am going to transport myself to the desk, and while you watch me transport myself, you should see something come up on the screen that shows how to contact us. And if not, oh well. Yes. So here I am at the desk. I wanted to show you the YouTube channel that we have. So if you cut to the PC monitor, you will see YouTube.
We don't have PC right now.
We don't have PC. Okay. Maybe we'll have it a little later. I do have the icon here in the corner. So basically, we have a TV studio here in the high school. Someone from the town of Exeter, or if you know someone in the town of Exeter, you can ask to borrow equipment or come in here and create a show live in the studio or record it in the studio. I think right now we will cut to, I've been doing a series of the Exeter Historical Society called Exeter History Minutes. I've also been doing a series called Remember When, which we'll show you later in the show, which is clips from old newspapers from 50 years ago. And let's cut to the Exeter Historical Society's History Minute for this show.
Hi, I'm Barbara Rimkunis, and this is your Exeter History Minute. The rolls of Phillips Exeter Academy in the 1880s included the names of a number of students from China. Their presence here was a unique experiment of the Qing government called the Chinese Educational Mission, which turned out to be both a great success and a great failure, depending on whose point of view you take. The original idea behind the mission was to send Chinese boys to school in the U.S. to learn about Western technology and military arts. It was hoped they'd eventually attend West Point and the U.S. Naval Academy. To prepare for college-level study, they were first sent to private prep schools in New England, beginning around 1872. Of the 120 boys in the program, 9 would eventually make their way to Phillips Exeter Academy. They boarded around town, most of them living on Main Street, with retired minister Jacob Chapman. Their task was to study hard and not pick up any Western habits. They had to remember they were Chinese and not become U.S. citizens or marry a U.S. citizen. They were encouraged not to become Christian and forbidden to cut off their long hair. Mostly, they were to avoid succumbing to Western frivolities, especially sports. Problem was, it was next to impossible for the boys to avoid Western culture in New England. They willingly attended Sunday school with their host families, and the schools here encouraged healthy physical activity. The Chinese students eagerly played sports, especially baseball. The student pictured here is most likely Chen Jin-ku, who in the Exeter Andover game in June of 1881 played shortstop and scored one of Exeter's 5 runs. Once it became obvious to the Chinese officials that the United States was not going to allow the students to attend our military academies, the boys were recalled to China. Some of them had been here for nearly a decade, so the return was difficult, and they were required to go into government service. They longed for their friends in America, but it was their very Americanization that had prompted the hasty return. Chen Jin-ku, the Exeter baseball player, wrote to the Reverend Chapman, "I think the PEA professors ought to be proud of their pupils in China when they hear of their good standing in various schools." He went on to serve as the medical director of the Beiyang Medical School and sadly was killed during the Sino-Japanese War. All of the students brought back technical skills that China badly needed, but they did so with a more Western view of the world. We'd like to thank Phillips Exeter Academy for helping us with this story. For more information on the Chinese educational mission, you can contact the Phillips Exeter Academy Library directly, or as always, the Exeter Historical Society at www.exeterhistory.org.
So here we are back live 98, the Exeter Zone. That was Barbara Rimkunis at the Historical Society. where they are open Tuesdays and Thursdays from 2 to 4:30 p.m. and they're open Saturday from 9:30 to noon. You're welcome to visit them at any time. I've created a series by visiting them, going into the basement, and recording images from the archives of the 1964 Exeter newsletter. They have newsletters going back to the 1840s, and let's flip to the Remember When for the week of February 13th, 1964 in Exeter, New Hampshire. So here we are going down the basement steps. There's Lady Justice that was on top of the town hall years ago. They replaced her a while back. Exeter Food Center, I lived here in the 1960s and we used to shop there, and that's their old sign. Here's that formidable door with the metal latch. I am currently in the process of rebooting my computer because we had a minor glitch with our video processing of the screen. Here we are walking down all those gray boxes, which my wife, who is an archivist, tells me are acid resistant or acid free, probably. Acid will destroy materials. Imagine newspaper going back to 1840 here, right there, 1847, the oldest newspaper from the Exeter newsletter. Those papers aren't as interesting because they don't have photos in them. It's just a lot of print. 1964, February 13th. It was primary time, and at one point here in a moment you will see teachers' salaries were being increased right there from $4,200 a year to $4,300 a year back in 1964. Goldwater, that's an interesting shot of him speaking to the community. And Rockefeller, Rocky Here Wednesday, that was not the movie. Once again, the utility company sold washers and dryers. And batteries 9 cents, aspirin 12 cents. Prices were great. Exeter, England, and Exeter, New Hampshire visiting. Mahogany door, $5.95 at Stratum Hardware and Lumber. A year subscription to the newsletter for $5. Indian Guides back then. I'm not sure that organization still exists. And this, I believe, if not this one, there it is, 1956 Ford for $65. It does have some rust. Back when you could get interest on your money in the bank. Computer is back. I'm going to let you watch these on your own while I restore my bookmarks to the best of my ability. Going to go back to narrate this. Yes, the Ioka. I used to watch double shows there, 50 cents for 2 shows. Imagine that, sitting there for 3 to 4 hours. And that principal was going somewhere. area school teachers meeting at the Exeter Inn, a speaker from Egypt. School hot lunch menu, roast pork and gravy, potatoes, applesauce cookies, barbecued beef on buttered roll. $75 a month. You can rent 3 rooms with a bath. What do we have there? Oh, a 4-bedroom ranch for like $17,000. 6 loaves of bread for $1. Oleo 19 cents. Remember Oleo, don't you? Scallops 39 cents. Candy. Yes, we are coming up on that special day this Friday. What day would that be? Valentine's Day. Governor John King, 1964 in New Hampshire. And remember, some of you might remember the welcome wagon. I recall people would come to our house when we moved to a new town and they would bring us gifts and information on the town. That was called the welcome wagon. I'm not sure it still exists. And of course the car is pretty amazing. You could live in one. I could. So if you're looking for a little entertainment, go to the Historical Society. Ask if you can go into the basement, look through the old Exeter newsletters. You can look up any information you want, go to any date you want. I find the most exciting one to be the September issue of 1965, the week that the UFO was sighted here in Exeter. And that is not supposed to be showing now because that's next week's show. I thought, yes, I would cut out of this now. Thank you, Mr. York, the producer, running the TriCaster, and there I am. I'll wave to the to my fans out there. Yes, all 3 of them. So I figured this would be another teaching moment. We are here to teach you about video, technology, how to make it easier for you to use it, and we also try to show you how we create the show. Well, I create the show by getting video clips, uploading them to the machine that then plays them for you. I also get information about events coming up, and I upload the screen of all the websites to my computer. However, when we had to reboot the computer because we had a technical problem, I lost all my pages. However, I can still tell you about what's coming up this week. So here we are at the what's coming up this week. The most important one is actually at 1 p.m. today at the Exeter Public Library. Most important because it's most timely, meaning if you don't go now and it's Tuesday, February 11th, you will miss it entirely live and we won't be recording it. It is Jeff Warner doing something called Banjos, Ballads, and Bones. So as you know, on your computer you can type just about anything and find just about anything you want. So there it is, Jeff Warner, Ballads, Banjos, and Bones. You cut to the computer, there's his website. Leave the computer monitor up. I also wanted to show you that the Exeter Library has a great website, Exeter Public Library. And they have a new newsletter, winter newsletter. It's their first one. I wanted to give you another tip. On your computer keyboard, if you hit Control and then the plus sign, you can make your picture bigger and bigger. Boom, boom, boom. So there you see, January 1st, 2014, Volume 1, Issue 1 of the Exeter Public Library. They are making history. We are making history here, and my producer tells me you either make history or you sit around and watch it.
I forget how to show them how to reduce it.
How to reduce it by holding the Control key and hitting the minus sign. Boom, boom, boom. So you can have a lot of fun with your keyboard. Those are called shortcuts. And then I want to say best of all. It's really not best of all. This is just full screen. Hit F11. You get rid of all that other stuff, And now you've gone full screen. And hit F11 again, and we're back to the computer. So anyway, Exeter Public Library, they have a great website with a great new newsletter. I'm trying to promote establishments in Exeter, organizations, nonprofits, businesses, and we have the Historical Society. Told you about them. Exeter Public Library, they have lots of events. Jeff Warner today at 1 p.m. So I'm going to close out of Jeff Warner. And Seacoast Art Association, they have a great website too. And they have a reception this Saturday. Seacoast Art. So, interesting thing about their website is that each time you come to it, it's a different photo there. So if I click on About Us, new photo. This Saturday from 2 to 4 p.m. at the Seacoast Art Association, they have a reception for, and here's where the newsletter comes in. Painter from Seabrook, Dennis Stevens, best of show for his acrylic painting titled Still Laughing. At the artist's reception, this is on Water Street, just before or just after, depending on which direction you're going, the entrance to Swayze Parkway, in the building that I think used to be a bank. If not, there's a lawyer's office on the left, DTC, Donahue, Tucker, and Chiandella, if I said it right. Anyhow, they have a reception this Saturday from 2 to 4 p.m. Once again, they have a great, nice spread of food. They encourage you to come, look at the art, and they especially would like you to buy the art. Or if I was an artist and I was making my living at it, I would want you to buy the art. So what else do we have? Water Street Books, also Saturday. So 2 to 4, the artist's reception, Seacoast Art Association, to the left of Swayze Parkway as you're looking at the driveway to head out through Swayze Parkway, Seacoast Art Association. On the right, go up 100 yards, Water Street Books at 4 p.m. on Saturday. The bear expert Benjamin Killam, cut back to the PC monitor. We've shown you this a number of times. Well, guess what? It's coming up this Saturday at 4 p.m. Benjamin Killam is dyslexic. His ability somehow his ability of being dyslexic has enabled him to communicate with bears in a way, or to understand bears in a way that's made him of value to, you know, people in this country and worldwide. It says here he will be talking about the bears. He takes in orphan bears, brings them back into the wilderness, and they see him as their mother the rest of their life because they are bonded to him as babies. So that's Saturday. Ongoing also is the Lamont Art Gallery. I believe I have a bookmark for it here under the number 9. Phillips Exeter Academy. The Lamont Art Gallery. Under Arts, Lamont Gallery, and there's their exhibit, Open Hearts, Open Doors. It's photos of China. And they're trying to show you pictures of old China before it's changed into the new China. That exhibit ends March 1st. It's weekly, Mondays 1 to 5, Tuesday through Saturday from 9 to 5. And every Thursday, we keep showing you this, every Thursday, the Fat Bike Race. Fat Winter Bike Series. Every Thursday, register at 5:15, ride at 6:30. They have bikes you can rent. Tires have to be 3.5 inches or wider. You can just ride the course. You don't have to worry about trying to beat people. Just get out there, have fun, try something new. And Valentine's Day Friday. So, have I covered everything? No. This past Saturday at Water Street Books, if you weren't there, we're going to show you a little bit of what you missed. Cake decorating with refreshments made by the cake decorator. And let's cut to that video. Here we are, Water Street Books on Water Street. Very short clip here, but we figured we'd show you. We're going to have a longer clip of the entire talk posted on our channel, 98. She's answering a question about vegan frosting.
My body doesn't like it so much anymore, so I still want to be able to make my baby eat it too.
Sure. There are some baking emulsions that you can find out there, like cream cheese flavoring, that may give you a similar, if you know, it's not going to be. It's one of those things. Cream cheese is cream cheese. Unfortunately, you know, I don't know of any vegan cream cheese that tastes one for one. You could probably do a mix, find a good flavoring along with a vegan cream cheese, and find a good balance that works for you flavor-wise.
So you can see in her face that cream cheese is the preferable frosting if you really want to enjoy it, but she said some vegan mix with flavoring might give you something similar. And there's the crowd, quite a crowd, lined up to get their books signed. Must have been a great event. I'm always a fan of events that have food, as you know.
5, 1, 3, 2.
So coming back to you here, we're going to take a little tour of the studio again. We have this camera 4, which is our portable camera, which I am going to walk toward. Give you a nice visual. I love the visual. I guess that's why I do this. So there's our studio from this camera. There's the couch. There's the background that really isn't a garage. And there's one of the cameras with a monitor screen. So as you can see, that camera is on the desk in the corner. We have 2 cameras here. That's the wide angle shot. And then over here, that camera would be the close-up when I'm on the couch there. And then there's the control room. There's Brian waving. Hi, Brian. Brian on the sound. And there is the monitor. So this is the shot while I'm sitting on the couch of my being able to see what I'm looking at. And I love these shots. I love looking down rows of mirrors. Pretty much, I just like, whoa. I pretty much just like visual stuff. And I'm sure you do too, right? Whoa. We can just have a lot of fun. Maybe we don't even have to do the pen at the end. Whoa. In and out. Okay. So, I am going to disconnect this camera. Going to unplug it. It's on AC battery. I'm going to take it off the tripod. And, okay, yep, keep me up. I know, it's a little shaky here. So, yes, Mr. Producer. I know he said something.
I was talking to Brian.
He was talking to Brian, okay. So here, yes, here is the corner office. And so what we do is in order that I can hear the producer, somewhere here, yes, there they are. I can hear the producer. We have these little speakers here, which, if you follow the wire, goes to the headset, which would normally be the headset for the camera operator on this camera. So that's a little workaround we got here. We also have this portable light, which we purchased for doing green screen work. We have 2 of those. That's to light me from the side. As we look up, all sorts of lights. We have the 5 lights lighting up the blue in order to do a good virtual set. You want to light that up. Is it possible for you to bring up the garage while we're here? Yes, there's the garage. Now if I turn the camera, you're not going to see anything, but if he cuts back to, if I move back here, anyway, if he cuts back to my camera, you can see the beauty of the virtual sets, and I want to show you more of that in the future because you can really have a lot of fun with that, and that's really why we're here, right? Inform, educate, and entertain. Over here, yes, other set pieces. There's the plant, which you're going to see at the end of the show after we do the little shtick where I go lie on the couch and we show you the galaxy and then we clean up. Oh, we don't have the galaxy today. Darn. Well, I'm going to surprise my producer. As I said, I was going to try to surprise them with something. Hi, there's Brian on sound. And there is Doug running the TriCaster. And as we showed you before, there's three cameras and the computer monitor screen. We have a preview screen. That's the preview screen. That is the live screen, and that's why it looks so bizarre, because we're looking at this camera. There's the whiteboard. Anyway, thank you, team. We're live. We're broadcasting. We are broadcasting worldwide right at this moment. Can you believe it? Wow. Used to be 2 guys video. Now it's 3 guys video. Bye-bye. See, those guys have to pay attention. This is the equipment that does it. It's all about computers and wires, electricity, and human intelligence. What the heck? I'll just carry this back to the corner here. Show you where it came from. You can cut back to the corner. Yes. Oh, maybe he already has. Yes. I'm looking at my video camera, thinking that that's still on the monitor, but I'm not looking at the monitor. Here I am back at the corner. Whew! Boy, what a day. So we started over there. What we do is we create television for you in Exeter. We hope to tell you about events in town, inform, educate, show you some of the events, ask for your support and help, get involved. We have a brainy quote of the day, which is one of our most... What'd you say? Maybe he's talking to Brian.
I was talking to Brian.
Okay, he's talking to Brian. I don't know if we've switched to the brainy quote of the day yet, but let's switch to the brainy quote of the day. Okay, which letter do you want me to? I'll let the producer pick the letter. Which letter?
M.
M. Okay. Okay, the letter M. And I will let Brian pick between 2 people, Jim Morrison or Marilyn Monroe.
Marilyn Baby.
Marilyn Monroe. Okay, and then I get the third option of picking the quote, and we'll just start with the top one. It says, "I'm selfish, impatient, and a little insecure." That's not Marilyn Monroe, that's me. "I make mistakes," that's me. "I'm out of control," sometimes, "and at times hard to handle." That's my wife. But if you can't handle me at my worst, then you sure as hell don't deserve me at my best. I don't know, that sounds a little like, you know.
These are getting worse and worse.
He says they're getting worse and worse. It's better to be unhappy.
Let's find another one.
It's better to be unhappy alone than unhappy with someone so far. Okay, I'm going to pick, I'll just do it myself. You know, Alan Watts, oh, he's a favorite of mine. Zen Buddhism. This ought to be really wicked good. The only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance. Well, that, by gum and by golly, is what we're doing here. Isn't it, boys?
That is what we're doing here.
Yeah. We're plunging in, moving with it, and joining the dance. The only way to make, yeah, we read that one. You don't look out there for God, something in the sky. You look in you. Very nice. To have faith is to trust yourself to the water. When you swim, you don't grab hold of the water, because if you do, you'll sink and drown. Instead, you relax and float. Ah, that's great. Words of wisdom. You know what? I'm going to pick Alan Watts every week. Okay, we've added a new feature. What do you think? Good?
We're
Yes?
good.
You like it?
Let
Okay.
people know how they can find our schedule.
Okay, you can find our schedule for our program. It's rebroadcast at 7 p.m. and midnight, except on Thursdays when Poetry with Matt will be broadcast, except for this Thursday. AccessTV98.org. We're going to show it to you. www.accesstv98.org. And bada bing, bada boom, there it is. That is today's schedule. We're still showing Thomas More at 8 p.m. At 5:30 p.m., Stormproofing. Who Poisoned His Meatball at 9 a.m. for the children. Farmers Market, Bethany Church services at 10:30 p.m. and 6 a.m. And look at that, the Exeter Zone is rebroadcast at midnight, at 2 a.m. Boy, you know, eventually we could just run every hour the Exeter Zone for those of you who can't sleep.
All right.
Anyhow, yes, move on. We have a new feature, okay? It's called Word of the Day. Here's today's Word of the Day. Hyperbole. And I will increase my screen. Hyperbole, exaggerated statements or claims not meant to be taken literally. So when I tell you I ate a ton of ice cream yesterday, I really did, but I didn't eat a literal ton. I just finished the 2 half gallons that were in the freezer. Just wanted to make space in the freezer. It was a little crowded. Okay, that's Brainy Quote of the Day, Word of the Day. Could we please turn out all the lights? Because this is really my favorite part. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we can do it.
Turn off the softbox first.
Turn off the softbox first. You know what though? I lost the camera that I put it into. Maybe I can just. I got to turn off the monitor. We're really just trying to entertain you a little bit here. Is this going to work? Oh yes, there it is. Whoa. Yeah, check it out. Who says pens aren't interesting? Really, what you can do with a pen? Yeah? Tell me why. Okay, lights on. That's the pen. That's the pen. Woo! And what else? And we're going to end. Thank you for watching. Back to reality. Sum up 1 p.m. right now today, Tuesday, February 11th. Excuse me, Exeter Public Library. Right now, Tuesday, February 11th, 1 p.m. If you're watching, go to the Exeter Public Library and see Jeff Warner, Ballads, Bones, and Banjos. That's good. Once again, thank you. I'll just sign off and I'll fly back to the couch and we'll do the bit there and then, you know.
And our quote of the day.
And our quote of the day, of course. Ralph Waldo Emerson.